This is terrifying. All right, so water is literally just pouring in and forming. It's been 10 seconds of the rain. Hey guys, Gabe here from Our Simple Story. And in this video, you're about to watch me review the cheapest tent on Amazon. That's right. But before I do, let me give you a little backstory as to how I ended up having to rely on this tent for shelter for 2 nights. I decided I was going to embark on a 2-night and 3-day journey by water from my in-laws' backyard to the Gulf of Mexico. However, when I get ready to shove off and leave for the trip at my in-laws' house, I realize I left my tent, and they invite me to rummage around in their garage and use whatever tent I can find. So I find this beauty right here. And oddly enough, I remembered that I ordered this tent back in 2013, and I paid just 20 bucks for it. It is the cheapest tent on Amazon. So I took what I could find, and I figured, you know what, I'd go ahead and kill 2 birds with 1 stone and film this amazing trip by water out to the Gulf of Mexico, and also do a full review and an honest review about the cheapest tent on Amazon. So I hope you guys stick around, hit the subscribe button down below, consider giving this video a thumbs up, and at the very end of this video, stay tuned for a complete pros and cons list of this tent when I complete the journey. All right, yo, check it out. I just passed a clearing. Let me turn around and get in there. Getting washed up here. Check this place out. Let's get out of here. Let's see what we got. Deploy flip-flops. Wow. This is quite the place. Comes equipped with its own rope lights here, and a rake, and a bucket. I don't know what anyone would use a bucket for. I'm just kidding. It's got good level ground. The creepy factor is a solid 7. I want to give you a quick tour of the camp and show you around a little bit. And here's the entry. You can see they cut a path through the mangroves here. Then you turn around and you come right up over here. You can see I got the boat and the tent all set up. Nice little clearing, and the sun is quickly setting back in that direction. But yeah, if I come back here, I don't think you can really see that from the water. So, well, yeah, nobody's gonna see that from back in here. I mean, as it gets darker and people are gonna be way out there in the water, there's no way they're gonna be able to see through these mangroves and spot that. I may even throw a camouflage tarp over the boat just to be safe, but yeah, just not sure what the legalities of camping here will be. But this island is absolutely insane with no-see-ums. If you don't know what a no-see-um is, it's basically like a tiny little gnat that sucks your blood, and they're awful. Anyways, they have found me, and I have sprayed myself with this neem oil stuff that Stacy gave me, but look at them. They're flying into my leg. You can see them collecting on the back of my legs and just dying in the oil. But that's how many there are trying to suck my blood. I'll show you on this side too. Look at that. See all those black specks on my leg? Those are all no-see-ums. But anyways, stealth camping with my $20 Amazon tent. Let's see if it holds up for 2 nights. I'm gonna look inside real fast. Tech Sport, authentic adventure gear for the great outdoors. Everything's all zipped up and sealed tight. All right, it's home for the night. All right, the $20 Amazon tent survived its first night. And I gotta say, I am moderately impressed with this tent. Now, I wouldn't trust this in a downpour or anything like that, keeping it dry, but one of the cool features about this tent, and one of my favorite features I think so far, is the fact that these little knobbies right here, they glow in the dark. So I got in the tent last night and I zipped everything up and I was like, whoa, what is glowing down there? And I looked and these things, they were like illuminated. It was so cool. And I was like, why doesn't every tent have that? Because, you know, you're getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or whatever, and you know exactly where the zippers are. I was like, that's ingenious. Why is it that the first time I experienced that is on a $20 Amazon tent? The cheapest tent on Amazon. Has one of the coolest features I've ever seen in the tent. This tarp is definitely a very cheap, flimsy material, but you know, for 20 bucks, I mean, gosh. I would say that that's definitely well worth $20. So we'll give it a second night and see how it goes. So this tent is obviously cheap, and I wouldn't trust it in any amount of rainfall. We'll be doing a rainfall test here shortly, but this is just a quick 360 walk around of this tent, and I've set it up twice now and I can't seem to get these weird ridges out of it. I don't know, but for $20 it has kept the mosquitoes and the gnats, no-see-em, off of me. And this tent has held up. This tent has kept those insects off of me. And if I have to pay $20 for 2 nights of a good night's sleep to achieve that, that's fine. Like I said, I'm still moderately impressed with this tent, but we'll check back in the morning and see how it goes. Here's what the tent looks like empty. It's pretty saggy and baggy, as you can see here. Tried and tried, and I could not get that sag out of there. But that's obviously your areas where the rainwater is going to get in. But pretty roomy nonetheless. Like I said, for a dry night, you just need something to get the mosquitoes off of you. This might actually work out. And here's what the $20 Amazon tent looks like inside with bedding in it. So the question is, will it sleep 2 people? I would say yes, if you're okay with being up against that fabric over there and that fabric over there. But really, ideally, I think this is great tent for one person and their gear. Screen door open. I slept with the tent flaps tied up last night and just the screen enclosure zipped closed just to provide some ventilation, and it was comfortable in here. Got down to the lower 70s, I believe. So I slept well in the $20 tent. Another aspect of this tent that I dislike is the fact that there's kind of this hump here. So you've got like a peak up here, and you've got a peak over there, and you get this thing in the middle. So when you go to sit up, here, let me demonstrate for you. When you go to sit up in the morning like I'm about to do, you have to pick an end to go to in order to sit up. So like you have to go over here and then you can sit up. So other pup tents are like that, I know, but this one, it seems like it's a little bit more exaggerated, but yeah, not too bad.
All right, now we've entered the final phase of our testing of our $20 Amazon tent. That is the rain durability test. That's right, it's coming down hard out there, isn't it? So already I'm having raindrops coming in, and it's pooling up along the sides here. Let me flip it around and show you. Oh gosh, oh gosh, this is terrifying. All right, so water is literally just pouring in and forming. It's been 10 seconds of the rain, and it's forming these puddles down here already. I'm getting soaked in here. Oh, this is absolutely, it's just leaching through here. There's no slowing this water down. You can see it's coming in right here in the seam. It's just pouring through, and the puddle is growing really large. Yeah, this is absolutely worthless in terms of keeping the rain off of you. It's just awful. This tent is absolute garbage in terms of keeping the rain out. All right, yeah, this is 2 minutes of the hose, and yeah. Oh. Get me out of here. That would make for an awful night's sleep. Oh wow. Yeah, that was terrible. So I want to take a few minutes and do some closing remarks here on our $20 Amazon tent review and give you a list of pros and cons of the Tech Sport Willow Bend Trail Tent. Here's some pros. Let's go through them real quick here. It's cheap. It's 20 bucks. Anybody can afford it. You can buy 5 of them, put them all around your property, you know, in your survival caches, in the trunk of your car, whatever. It's lightweight. It weighs all of 3.5 pounds, which is pretty good for a tent. It's simple to set up. It took me 4 minutes, 25 seconds to set up, and so relatively simple. It has glow-in-the-dark zippers, which I find pretty cool. It does a good job of keeping the bugs out. So I was camping 2 different times in 2 different places where the bugs and the no-see-ums were very thick. No-see-ums are small, almost microscopic insects that are parasitic and suck your blood, and they didn't make it through this mesh screen, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. Good ventilation, because you can open up these flaps, keep the zipper closed, tie these up, and then open up your back window. Decent ventilation. All right, let's talk cons real quick. Poor quality fabric and stitching. Already the stitching is coming apart in places, and there's some holes that are forming over on the side, and I'll put the B-roll footage of that and show you where that's coming apart, and it's actually forming some holes, and it's allowing the rainwater to come in. But yeah, just poor quality fabric. It's not going to keep water out. Even though it says they're headquartered out of Houston, Texas, I believe it is, these products are made in China, and it's not supporting manufacturing in the USA. It's almost a complete waste of $20, but it served me well as a backup tent for 2 nights at least, when paired with an additional rain fly. But to trust this tent, solely trust the tent to keep the rain out, it's just not going to cut it. And to trust this tent to last any longer than a couple months of usage, it's just not going to cut it. I would not take this and use this and rely upon this when you're doing like a through hike of the Appalachian Trail, or any trail really for that matter. But it's a great backup tent. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video and this quick review of our Amazon tent here. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you buy this tent? Would you use it? If you don't mind, hit the subscribe button and thumbs up if I earned it. See you guys in the next video. Keep it real.